Dr. Friedman is currently a senior advisor to the President to develop a comprehensive strategy for improving cybersecurity in federal agencies and the financial services sector. A very warm welcome to Dr. Harold Friedman.
Thank you very much, Jim. That was beautifully read. Before I get into my serious subject matter and everything, I wanted to say when I was first invited to speak tonight, they asked me what time slot I'd like to go in, and I gave it a lot of thought, and I finally said, you know, I was wondering if you could put me on after dinner in a long, elongated room, after a long day of meetings following an award ceremony and an open kimono session, at a beautiful resort at the same time slot as a Navy SEAL from last year who escaped from the Taliban. So the last thing you want to do is listen to a speaker you never heard of before. And could you have me go on the day before Don Donahue, the CEO of the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, who was recently rated as one of the top 100 speakers on his subject matter by Forbes magazine, while coincidentally I was recently rated as one of the top 15,000 consultants in my field. So other than a few zeros, we're basically in the same boat. And with all those factors in mind, I'd like to thank Bill Nelson for filling every single one of my requests. Before I get into my subject matter, I have to tell you, when my secretary first told me I was being contacted by our host, instead of writing down the Isac, she wrote down the name Isac. So I thought I was going to be in front of some kind of weird reunion group of all the Isacs in the country. Then she wrote something about Trojan horses, which made me think I was going to be in front of a group of Greek cowboys. So it is with great relief to instead be in front of a group of paranoid computer nerds who are scared of their own shadows. Thank you. I do want to say, though, first of all, I actually was almost late to dinner tonight. I had a last-minute business opportunity that came up that I couldn't put off, and I'm very excited to report. I think I just closed a deal to help a Nigerian finance minister come to America. Apparently, for a couple of grand, I'm looking at making about $30 million. Having said all that, though, I am grateful to be here tonight, and I say that because I learned the only group that offers more protection for more people than you folks in this room tonight are, in fact, the Sopranos, which might explain why we're here at the Don Cesar Resort. As I understand, there's a security convention going down a few miles away at the Don Corleone condos. And I admire our host, the Isac, because they help you folks try to prevent anything from viruses, worms, spearfishing, and Trojan horses, all the way to firewalls and black hole routing. Which proves to me the Isac's leadership basically hasn't got the slightest idea what the hell they're all trying to do. But I gotta figure between the worms, cookies, viruses, firewalls, and Trojans, you should all be able to catch a lot of hot, fat, sick fish and stop a lot of That is another reason, though, I truly admire you all for being here. Because whether you're from a financial institution, bank, credit union, disaster response staff, or insurance company, whether as a client, customer, consultant, software engineer, or a member of the ISAC, as an executive, vice president, senior vice president, junior vice president, regular vice president, irregular vice president, or an executive vice president in charge of managing vice, or whether you're a bricklayer, or a boilermaker, a puppet, a poet, a pirate, a pauper, or just some idiot who walked in with a fake badge. The fact is, I know each of you is a big shot in your own offices. And let's be honest, while some of you are big fish in small ponds, and some of you are small fish in big ponds, I appreciate that you all came here tonight to the Don Cesar Salad Resort to be part of a group of tiny little guppies in a large, hot, steaming, tourist, golf, yuppie, shark, salamander, manatee, stingray, and cockroach-infested cesspool. And I say all this because I know some of you might feel my presence isn't really needed tonight, and in a way is interfering, and I'm here to tell you that's true. My presence isn't needed, in a way it is interfering, but we thought you should know what it feels like when you go around all your clients and customers and annoy the hell out of all of them. Having said that, I do like the theme for this meeting, which is building a resilient supply chain, which is a lot better than the original idea, which was going to be war, what is it good for? Which is better than their secondary theme, where the risks are, which is better than the concept that they were going to go with spring break theme, where the boys are. Thank you, sir. You're alone on that one, but I'll take it.
It's like that, barely equal.
That was Colin.
I'll handle this. I'm sorry they brought you up front. Having said that, I think the names of computer viruses like the configure aren't scary enough to get action. You need names like Cujo, Katrina, Dick Cheney, or the Bernie Madoff. The virus that comes in is such a good friend, you beg it to wipe you out. Now, I learned a lot about network hygiene, which is why I clutter up my desktop with family vacation photos. Turns out even the most avid hacker can't deal with sifting through 20,000 pictures of Disneyland without getting violently ill. And while I'm on the subject of the Fed, I know there's a lot of concern about the $3 trillion budget deficits in Washington. And I know a lot of people say, well, that's not fair to our kids. And you know what? That's true. But I got a 16-year-old son, and he's a pain in the neck. So I say, hey, let him pay later for his bad attitude now. Now, I know a lot of people here think the current economic problems were caused by greedy bankers. In my mind, it wasn't greedy bankers. It was caused rather by careless bank tellers. See, people often go to a bank with rolls of pennies they want cash. Sometimes they put 98 cents instead of $1. You add up a few pennies here, a few pennies there, the next thing you know, you're down $3 trillion. It could happen to anybody. Now, I gotta be honest with you, I am still nervous about terrorism. So much so, I went out and bought a gas mask, but I filled mine up with nitrous oxide. I figure if there ever really is an attack, I'm getting free dental work done as soon as it's over. Because things are pretty scary around the world. I don't know if you know this, in Israel, things are so bad, they use pigs to sniff at explosives. This is the most unfair thing I've ever heard of. These pigs are sitting around going, well, I'm in the one country in the world I thought I was perfectly safe. I wish I could turn into a cow and move to India. Now, the fact of the matter is, with all the economic uncertainties, we have to cut some financial corners. So I've been asked to announce the White House is about ready to unveil their new health plan that we think will not only save your company's money, but will in fact revolutionize everybody's health insurance. Look at it this way. Right now, you pay for your typical health insurance, you're covered for every illness. The reality, though, is you're not going to get every illness. So our new plan is you only pay for the disease you want to be covered for. You want protection from tuberculosis? $50 a year. For another $5, you don't have to worry about salmonella. I know a lot of you thinking, well, come on, not a whole lot of people get salmonella, and that's true, but for $5 a year, are you really willing to take that gamble? We're also going to reclassify injuries to save money. Let's say you lose a finger in a paper shredding accident. Instead of being an injury, it's going to be known as a digital misplacement. Unless you lose the middle finger, since the middle finger is considered indispensable for office politics. The fact of the matter is, I believe your jobs are all very similar. You have to deal with anything from information security sharing, awareness, training, enforceable policies, user threat detection, multiple layer 1A defense, public and private partnerships, and software and hardware security testing to defend against adversaries aimed at economic and market disruption with target vendor solutions after taking into account the IT supply chain, the chain gang, the glory train, the love train, and the love boat, by utilizing the Apache kit, the Cheyenne toolbox, the Cherokee wigwam and dances with wolves, as well as the peeper kit and the peeping Tom kit, for encrypted bundles of joy from the Octomom, to intercept attacks utilizing Java, Java chip, mocha chip, coffee fudge, and a decaf latte espresso. While dealing with worms, viruses, locusts, the 10 plagues, the 7 samurai, the 10 commandments, the 3 stooges, and a whole bunch of other terms that proves to me you are the only ones that could possibly understand this, Drek. Because I gotta tell you the truth, if I had to read this garbage every day, personally I would just shoot myself in the head once and for all and be done with it. I gotta just say before I go that I'm here to tell you that things are not always what they appear, and I hope by now you realize I'm a complete fake. I'm basically a comedic worm that planted to fool you and see who can figure it out, and judging by some of your reactions, I am frankly very scared for our national security. And I want to thank you very much. You've been a great audience. I really appreciate it. Thank you.